A day in the life of a Christian Forex trader. Guys, this video is for you, and this might be one of the episodes which I'll be doing. So I'm doing this to encourage every Christian trader out there. Now, I might be one of the first person who is doing this, but I want you to understand you don't have to compromise. You can be a Forex trader and be a committed Christian, just as I am. I want you to understand that as a Christian, you can actually trade Forex and be profitable. You can be profitable in Forex, can give yourself to Forex, and also give yourself to prayer and give yourself to service to God. So for those of you who have abandoned the place of prayer because of Forex, this is for you, right? So there are a lot of things you can actually do, and you can still be serious with God, whether you are doing your business, whatever you are doing. So you might not be a Forex trader, but you might be doing every other business. But what I want you to understand is you can actually be serious with God. You can still be serious in serving the Lord. And how can this be when you don't know how to go about it? And this is why I'm making this video. Now, as a Forex trader and as a Christian, now if you know that, okay, for instance, you trade the London session and you are in the London, or you are in Nigeria, you are using the GMT plus 1 time, and you know that London session starts officially at 8 a.m. So what you do is, as a Christian trader, you wake up very early, as much as early as 4 a.m., 5 a.m. You wake up very early and you give yourself consistently to prayer and to the study of the word. Now, I'm not talking about you praying 5 minutes. I want you to give yourself to prayer consistently, give yourself to prayer fervently, right? Because your service to God matters a lot. I'm telling you, as time goes on, if God permits me, I'm going to make more videos and how I'm able, because I often receive a lot of questions, people asking me, how am I able to cope with trading Forex and be a committed Christian? And still, how is it that I'm running this, I'm doing this? The secret is very, very simple. And as time goes on, I'm going to show you how you can do that. But for now, what I want you to take hold, what I want you to understand is something that you can actually do. First, you have to set up your mind. You have to know what you want and who you are. Define your purpose. Once you have been able to know your purpose, okay. So once you've been able to understand your purpose, fine. Then you give yourself to the word of God. Now, what you do is you can allocate your time. You give your time. For instance, I was talking about the London session. So trading the London session, we start some people start trading London session at 7 a.m. but I personally start trading London session at 8 a.m. So what you do is you basically have to be very much awake proud to that time, because you want to check the chart, you want to look at 1 or 2 before you place your first trade if you are trading the London session. Now, if you are trading the New York session and you are in the US, that will be your morning. And if you are in West Africa, where I'm located in Nigeria. If you are located in my location and you are using the West African time or the GMT plus 1 time, then it means by then that should be around 1 p.m. to around 3 p.m. Now, you can still give yourself to your word, give yourself to prayer. I pray most of the time, different times of the day, right? I do that myself. I have a page I run as well, right? A prayer page. So don't think that you cannot be a Christian and don't think that once you started trading Forex, you just ignore your walk with God. I know there are so many Christians out there who are drawing back from God. Why? Because of Forex. Believe me, especially when it comes to the emotional part, I've often been asked, how is it that I'm able to manage my emotions with my prayers, with my study, and with my walk with God? It's simple. The thing is, I do not attach Forex in my heart. Forex is not in my heart. It is the word of God that is in my heart. So Forex is external. So understand this, that this doesn't happen one day. It happened with consistently. I've been working with God for so many years. I'm telling you, right from my childhood, I've been working with God. So with time, I've been able to understand how things work and how I can, put things outside my mind, outside my heart. So for instance, if I take a loss now and I want to pray, that loss cannot hinder me from praying, and it cannot make me to leave. I'm telling you, the reason is, when I take a loss, I know how to access the realms of the spirit with ease. Why? Because I've been consistent in my personal walk with God for a number of years now. So I know exactly what to do in order for me to access that realm. So this is a short clip to encourage every Christian trader out there, so that you yourself, you give yourself to prayer. Don't ignore the place of righteousness. Understand that for God to bless the work of your hand, you must first of all lead righteously towards Him. So I'm making this to challenge you right now, that your prayer life that you have ignored for so long, that your fasting life that you have ignored, that your study life that you have ignored, I want you to go back to them to it this week. While you trade, you can still be serious with God. Day in the life of a Christian forex trader. My name is Godwin Edafe. Don't forget to keep, in case you want me to be making videos like this for you, maybe perhaps every Sunday or once in 2 weeks, just let me know as well in the comment section below. All right, so you might want to follow my page on Facebook. It's a Christian page. What we do there is prayer. We don't do forex there. So if you are joining there, don't include forex, because once you are in the presence of God, like I said, those things are kept outside. That's why the garment of the priest those days in the Old Testament, the garment of the priest was it was not wool, neither is it a cotton. Why? Because when the blood of an animal touches the garment, is not stained. Why? That's how God had designed it. So that's how it is. The garments in your heart, all right, I mean your heart, the heart that God have given to you, your heart, for you to access God in prayers, for you to be able to access Him, you must ensure you guard your heart. This Bible says that guard your heart with all diligence, right? For out of it flows the issues of life. So you guard your heart. All right, so you can do this by putting on the shield of faith. Remember, and faith comes by the hearing of the word of God. So there is a way you do it. I'm not going to say that in this video. So if you don't mind, just do that.